Welcome back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi.
I'm Beth.
I'm Eve.
And we are back, and it's Thanksgiving week. Oh my god.
Yeah, no.
I hope my turkey thaws in time.
I was at the doctor's office the other day, and on Wednesday, I guess, on the 17th. And so while I was waiting for them to make my new appointment or whatever, I was looking at they have a little calendar pad thing there on the counter, and I was looking at it going, let's see, how far is it to Thanksgiving and Christmas? And, I was like,
it's scary. So we have our bag. We're going to draw for that in a little while.
I have the names in my
Stay tuned.
roulette.
Stay with us, and you can see if you want.
But in case you don't win that, you can buy one of those.
Yeah. Oh, and we have new bags going up in Etsy.
For Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas bags. Look at this.
This is the Grinch.
The Grinch.
You can't see. We'll
Inside,
show pictures.
Turn it around because the other side's up, right side up.
Oh, I see.
You can see Cindy Lou Who and
it's got
and the Christmas
and
tree.
the dog.
images from the movie
and
and book.
Whoville.
And it's Oh, it's like the 12 Days of Grinch. Oh, how cute, Grinchmas. And here's a little bag, and it's going to have Christmas tree charms on it. So cute. And so that's one bag that is on Etsy, and our Etsy link is in our description box below. Look at this! And this is going to have mitten charms. So cute.
This one has an ornament, and this one is dressed as a reindeer.
Yeah.
And this one's
And
on
the
a
polka dot
sled.
fabric could not be more perfect. Oh my gosh. Beautiful, beautiful. And I get the broken cookie. I always get the broken cookies. She cut one of them wrong, so I get the broken cookies like my husband. I always say, well, you can have a broken one.
Well, just instead of...
That's adorable.
It's just going to be square.
It's so cute.
Thread.
So yeah, I'm gonna. We'll get all the threads off. But so these Christmas tree charms, I'll take some pictures of them up close. These will be on the Grinch bags, and then these little green and red mittens will be on the gnome bags. So cute, very perfect. I'm gonna give these to you, Eve, because I don't want them to get lost. Ooh, okay. And I'm going first. So
You don't want them to get lost, you're giving them me?
But you're the ones who's going to put on the bags, right?
I know.
So that's your responsibility. No, so what did I do? So I've been working on quilts this week. So I decided, as I said, I was going to make this quilt for my dad. I'm going to insert some photos. The quilt panels have versus little snippets from hymns. And I have the strip set to go with it. I had a devil of a time because they're just these images in the sea of blank fabric, and so I had to cut them out. And I wanted to make them all the same size. However, the way they are, the panels are not all the same size. I'm going to put them up here. They're really pretty, but they're not all the same size. And one of them is very long. And I couldn't make the other ones as long as that because there wasn't enough space between them, to cut an even amount between them. So I wound up cutting 1/2 inch around all the designs rectangularly. So they're all a little different. And then I thought, well, what am I going to do? So I think what I'm going to do is surround them with a strip and then cut them to the same size. So some of them might have a very thin strip of fabric.
Jenny did a thing when you were about you just add fabric to make them all the same size.
Right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trim the big one and then I'm going to sash the big one with the strip of the strip fabric, and then I'm going to take the smaller ones and see kind of if I need to add or how it's going to look. So they might not all have even frames. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. But then they'll all be the same.
Yeah.
And then I'm cutting out. I also have a panel with small ones that are all one color, and each one is a different color, according. So, but they're all coordinate. And so I thought I'm going to make those. I think they're rectangular, and I'm trying desperately to cut them all the same size. I don't know what was wrong with my brain that night. I kept and I would try to trim it. Oh, and here's the kicker. Some of them are printed crooked. So the bottom, like it's like a rectangular shape, right? And the bottom one over here doesn't match up with the top. It's like this, like it's like it doesn't. So like from the top right corner of the image to the bottom right corner of the image is not a straight line.
We encountered that with
the pillowcases.
With the
yeah.
pillowcases.
So the
there was a
printing
real
is just,
cute print that's Monsters Inc. Mm-hmm. And it's a whole bunch of doors. So you'd think
it's doors, and so when you sew it, it's going to show that it's crooked. And and the pattern, here's the selvage line, and the pattern's like. Eh. So I was encountering that. So I thought, well, I'll just go, a certain distance from the rightmost edge. Well, then on the ruler it was hard to see. Anyway, I was going crazy. But I think that's what I'm going to do. And then the rest of the strip sets, I think I'm going to try to figure it out before, of course, I cut any strips. But I'm thinking about doing that thing where you make a strip set of like however many you want, 3 or 5 strips. You sew them together, and you cut them into squares. And then you take the 2 squares. So one strip set's going this way, and then the other strip set you put this way. And you sew it together, face to face. And then you cut it like a half square triangle.
Yeah.
So that each triangle has a horizontal stripe set and then a vertical like that. And it's kind of cool. So I'm thinking of doing that to sort of put in between all the other blocks. I don't know. I'm making it up as I go, and it's very... My head is... I'm like that... What is that sometimes you see on TikTok or whatever where someone's thinking and you see all the geometric things like this in their brain. That's me. That's me this week. Anyway, we were talking about quilt math last week, and I'm in the depths of quilt math. I'm also trying to get Hannah's quilt to a stopping place because my aunt is coming on Wednesday, and I have to completely like pick up the craft room / Hannah's room so that she has a place to stay. She could stay in Eli's room, but I think Eli's going to maybe come home at like the night before Thanksgiving maybe, or stay the night of Thanksgiving. I don't know, but I want him to have options, so I don't want to say he can't. So I really got to clean up that craft room. I got, of Hannah's quilt, I have all the right-facing stars done, the 12. And now I got to make 16 left-facing stars. And once I get those done, then I can piece the whole thing together. But I kind of put it on hold so I could work on Dad's quilt. But and then the other thing for the 3 favorite things, we're doing our favorite things party at our church, and she got the cross stitch things. I decided one of my favorite things are, and I'm there you can give me that under your coaster. Our cotton coasters, and I made these for everybody last year at Christmas. You had it upside down. Anyway, I made these last year for everybody.
It works both ways.
It works both ways.
I don't know where mine is.
Yeah, she lost hers, and
I use mine almost daily.
Yeah, and I use mine a lot at home. But I need a nice set for my like living room, especially now I got new couches. But anyway, so I decided to make 3 sets of these because these are literally one of my favorite things, and they're so versatile. You can throw them in the wash, and they catch all the sweat of all your cups.
Are you going to include the pattern?
No, it's well, the pattern I'm using is copyrighted in a book.
Oh yeah.
And there's lots of videos out there. But no, I'm just gonna make them like I did for Pastor. Remember for Pastor Byron?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm making a set. I have the cotton with me. I tried one, and I think the hook was too big because it was too. Now I see there's lots of holes in this one. Just spaces. And it doesn't look that bad. But the ones I was making last night were too. I have it with me. It's too loose. So I brought a smaller hook. And I'm going to work on these while I'm here. I'm just making them in solid colors. I have brown, like a dusty green, purple, and like a jean colored blue. I think they'll look good together. So I'm going to make three sets of 4, which I realized I better get started on these.
Yeah, the party is on the 4th.
The party's on the 4th, so I have about a week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I decided to do,
So.
Here.
But I have more to talk about.
yeah, I decided to do nails, and I'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So this morning, Rachel and I went to the farmer's market up in town because they are lazy and didn't go.
I'm not lazy. Look what I did this morning.
Okay, I know. Whatever. She thought she had to sew bags for all our watchers to buy on Etsy. But she did. But anyway, so I got some more turkey brine. Remember this from last year? Look how beautiful.
Ooh,
this
that's
is
a big
dry.
bag.
Yeah, it's dried. It's all different kinds of fruits and vegetables and salt
you put on
and
your turkey.
spices. You brine it. You brine your turkey. Last year I did a dry brine, which is what I'm going to do. I didn't do because I don't have anything big enough to actually soak the turkey in overnight. And I am praying that it thaws by Tuesday so I can, which is probably not going to do. Or Wednesday, at least Wednesday, where I can put this. What I'll do is I'll thaw it in the sink, and then on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, and then I will I'll put this all over it and let it dry brine in the fridge. This is what I did last year, and it was very good. But Vicky, isn't it pretty? This is from Lily Mae's Pickled Garden here in Phoenix, Arizona. If anybody lives here, you should look her up. She's up at Uptown Market every Saturday, and I know she carries these brinings through Christmas. So check her out. So that was fun. And then this is the coolest thing on earth. Sorry for the paper scrunching. This is by a lady. Her company's called The Greater Good, with great like Grate, and it's a plate, and it has sharp nubbies here, and you take your garlic or your ginger root or your even carrots, root vegetables, and you grate them. Feel that? You grate them on there.
Oh yeah.
And then you don't lose. You know how like
You lose it in the thing.
in the garlic press or on the knife or whatever. And she sells these little brushes. So you grate the garlic on there, and then you can just brush it all out right into your dish. And she says that the grated garlic even improves the flavor over minced.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and so and you can do ginger. She even had a nutmeg, an actual whole nutmeg on there. It smelled so good. She's called The Greater Good, and I guess she's on Facebook. But she had all colors, like blues and reds and oranges, and
Now I'm sad I didn't go.
Yeah, this is and it was a good price. And she also had a little set of these, which is the brush, and this is a garlic peeler. Remember the one you gave Eli? He has it at his house, so now I'm without one. You stick the clove of garlic in there with the skin on, and you roll it like that, and the rubber peels it for you. So then all the peel just comes right off. So I got this set because I wanted the brush. So I just love this. It's so cool. It's very, very sharp.
Yeah.
And I thought it would look nice in my kitchen, this color. So that was my
favorite thing is peeling the garlic. Then your hands smell like garlic.
Well, okay. It says you can also, you can do like carrots on there. So I thought it'd be really good for carrot cake because you get that really finely grated result. So I'm so excited about this. That was so much. That's like the highlight of my morning. And I got one other thing. And my nephew, sorry for the paper rustling. A while ago, I had gone there, and there's a guy. His name is. I gotta get the card out of here. His name is Robert Levens. I don't know how to say his last name. From Fallen Wood Turnings, and what he does is he finds wood around town. You drop a bead.
Yes, and it's teeny, 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 tiny.
Tiny.
No, that's a crimped bead.
And I bought, anyway, so I was there, and so he takes fallen wood. He doesn't cut wood down for his things. So everything he makes is from found wood. And I bought this turner from him, a spatula, and I use it with my cast iron, and it is gorgeous, and it's very hard wood, and it's beautiful. And so I was thinking, we were talking about tortilla rollers. So last year I went to Home Depot and I got a dowel, and I hoped it wasn't treated with anything bad, and I had it cut down, and I just made some rolling pins, because a tortilla rolling pin, you don't want handles or anything, and it's got to be kind of in your hand size. And so I made those just out of desperation, because when we moved my parents from Albuquerque here, we lost my mom's rolling pin, which was made by her dad out of a broom handle.
Man, was it seasoned and everything? Yeah,
it was beautiful and dark, and it even had ridges in it, but it wasn't splintery or anything, because you know, the oil and the tortilla makes it really nice. So anyway, we were talking about that, and I thought about that guy. So I emailed him, and I said, do you ever make these? And this is about what the size they are. And so he wrote me back and said, yeah, I can make them. And he thought he had a piece of wood that would work. Turned out it didn't, but he made me 3. And because I wanted one for myself and one for my daughter Hannah, who makes tortillas way more than I ever do. And then for this house, mostly for Robert, because he wants to learn. And I thought you and Robert could share. So I got these made, and I have one here in a separate bag. This is Robert's. And then this one is Hannah's, and this one's mine. Aren't those pretty? And they're just the right
perfect size and the diameter. Yeah, perfect.
It's nice and a little bit bigger than you know, but it's just the right size. Now I don't know. I meant to ask Dad. I read they're a little bit different lengths. I read that they were called bolillos. I don't remember what Mom called them. Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
But
in a pinch, you could use this as a percussion instrument.
True. Yeah. So and they're all different. The only one I remember is this one that's Robert's, is oak. Mm-hmm. But one of them came from his neighbor's tree, and the other one I don't remember. I can't remember now. I can email him and ask. But I thought they were beautiful, and it's so nice because he gives you that, and he gives you a card with how to take care of it. And see, he makes these little spoons, and he had Harry Potter ones. But he also gives you a little tub of mineral oil to put on there if it starts to look, and it tells you when you should, like if it dries out or anything. But the oil in the tortillas usually will keep it
between your hand. And
between your hands and tortillas will usually keep it pretty good. But so this one is Robert's, and then this is Hannah's and mine.
He'll love it.
I gotta get one for Eli one day, but
well, just the other day.
Excuse me for my paper rustling. Sorry.
The other day I went to the grocery store, and he likes Albuquerque Tortilla Company tortillas, since he can't have Mom's, and the last time I bought Mission tortillas, he got upset, and because they weren't Albuquerque Tortilla Company tortillas. And it sounds like a minor thing, but the taste is very different.
Yeah.
And just like if you heat them on the stove after you buy them, they taste more like homemade. Anyway, I told him yesterday, I said, I looked all over. They didn't have Albuquerque Tortilla Company. I said, maybe at Walmart where you bought the last time they do, you'll have to buy some, or you could go ahead and make some.
Well, I was going to tell him, I'm going to give him that, and along with giving him that, I want to give him a lesson.
Yeah.
Because he I don't know if he slept through Mom's lesson that time, or he didn't, he wasn't here, something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've been promising him, and you don't ever show him, so. Anyway, I'm going to give him the tortilla lesson.
I used to make tortillas a long time ago. I learned from my mom, and I used to make them.
Yeah.
But the last couple of times I made them, they just, I don't know.
Well, Hannah wrote down, I have a recipe from my Simply Simpatico book, and it's a little bit different from what Mom said. But Hannah wrote down exactly within, because Mom was like, a little bit of this, a little bit. But she wrote it down.
That's the way I learned.
Yeah.
Well, kind of from Grandma too. A
pinch and
a handful.
Right. But Hannah wrote down exactly what Mom did, and that's how she makes them every time, and they're actually perfect. They're actually perfect. So, so that's she has it on her phone from that day.
Well, and I've made them before, but I think I when I made them, I have a tendency to like mix the dough too long or something, because they always come out chewy, like they don't come out like crackers, and they don't come out whatever, but they're just kind of rubber. I mean,
It might be too worky.
Might be too much
chewy,
oil.
or, I don't know.
Or
So,
working them too long, maybe. I don't know,
I don't
but
know.
mine aren't. I'm still working on it, and I haven't made any in a while. But I plan to make some more now that I have a fancy roller. Here's my attempt last night. I'm just going to keep it for my own self. See how it's kind of holy? There's lots of, it's kind of loosey-goosey. So I got a smaller hook, and I'm going to try to make them. But this is what I'm making. And I have, I was going to show you the colors I'm going to make. Green, brown, blue, and purple or purple. I think those will go good together in a little set, don't you?
Yeah.
Kind of everybody's likes. So that's me. That's what I'm working on. And I'm passing to you, Beth or Eve.
I'm gonna go next because I don't have much to talk about.
Famous last words.
I'm still working on this Mandalorian chart.
You're almost done.
That I had
with it.
last
That's
time.
cool.
So yeah, I have just 2 more characters. I have Cara Dune, I think is this one,
Yeah.
and then one more character. I don't know. I'm not familiar with him. I don't know his name or anything about him. But I'm
curious who it is.
So
Now I wanna know who it is.
I want to say Keith. I don't know.
when she talks about him, she's like, "Well, I don't really know anything about." It reminds me of when Kimberly was talking about the Harry Potter quilt,
No.
and she goes, "I don't know what this is. I called it a poop emoji, and it was the hat." And she
sorting
goes,
hat.
she's like, "I think this one's Harry Potter, but I don't know. Maybe this one is." She was pointing at Hermione.
Are you
It's like
living
the-
under a rock?
It's like
Her son loves Harry Potter. That's why she's making it.
It's like when people used to have pictures of the Beatles and they didn't know which one was which.
Well, yeah, and so
Yeah.
That's how
she
you
never.
look in 2021.
Yeah, I
not
know.
knowing anybody.
So
in
she
Mandalorian.
Beth
like
had
the-
never
the-
watched the show like
The
we did.
Mandalorian characters, I kind of know, on like Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian, and then this guy, I couldn't remember his name. The
Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon. I want to keep calling him Goth Midian. I know there's a G in there somewhere, but I know the actor, and I know that he's in it, but I didn't know the names of the characters, and so and like this guy, Queel, is that his name?
Wheel, yeah.
Yeah, I recognize that he's in it, but I don't know the characters' names and all that, because I've only seen one
Was
season
it that
of
I
it,
Have Spoken guy?
yeah. So anyway, I'm on Cara Dune, and there's one color that's missing, but it's only 2 squares, and so I might just do a substitution if because
Do a substitution. It's
I
not
have
that
the thread probably, because but I just don't know. It's just amongst all my projects or whatever, so I don't know where it is. But anyway, so that's then so I have all the other colors for her, and I was looking at the last character, and I have all of those colors too. So I have them all pulled already. So and this character doesn't have as many of the little quarter stitches, whatever, that all these other guys. That's kind of been what's bogging me down a little bit. It's like there's so much of that, and on this towel, because it's Ada, you have to split the little square to come up with that, and this is very fluffy too, so it just makes it that much harder, and the little quarter stitches, whatever, just disappear into the. So I'm like going. I hope this is right. I don't know. I think it's right. I'm like having to look at the pattern very carefully to make sure I'm, at the right angle and the right corner and whatever. So it's a little tedious, and I'm like going, oh my god. And this guy here has a lot of back stitching, and I almost went over the rest of it. What I did was, like, he has a lightsaber here, and I ended up actually, you're supposed to, on all of these, unless they tell you otherwise, whenever you do backstitching, it's usually one thread. But I did, one thing I was concerned about is because his lightsaber is outlined in white, and the towel is white, and it extends down here. I thought, well, that might just disappear, basically. And so I was debating on what to do about it. And so I ended up, and I did part of the outline, the backstitching with one thread, and it just disappeared. So I tried it with two, and you can see it a little better, and it looks okay, and all that. So, but it's been very frustrating, I guess. But anyway, so I'm almost done, and then I have like a whole bunch of Christmas stitching to do that I wasn't gonna do it, and there's a few pieces that I think I'm gonna do after all. So we'll see how that goes. But And then today I'm working on I'm making some scissor fobs. I probably will not finish anything by the time this is over because I'm still trying to decide on what I'm doing. So and I'm not very fast, and it takes me a while to think about it. So I think that's. Oh, and when I was getting my beads out to do everything, I bought these little hats, right? So they're just little. It's hard to see, but it's just a little red triangle with a white body. Yeah. So and it has a holly berry and stuff on it, but then two of them were broken. Yeah. So I don't know if because I've just been tossing them in the bag, so I don't know if they were broken before I got them, or
you can probably look on the photo, but they probably weren't because we took a picture of them laying down,
and
they would have separated if they had been broken.
Yeah. So anyway, but I still have a bunch of.
So you broke them.
Yeah. So and really I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them, but I think it'll work. So yeah. But I'm very sad that I have two broken Santa hats.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
I think that's it.
That's it
for me. Yeah.
Well, I was working mostly this week on, sorry, I'm trying to beat a...
Well, 2 days of this week, Eve, all three of us worked on pillowcases, don't forget.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I came over 2 days and...
In between that...
I made all the burrito things. So
yeah, we still have some we have to trim, but...
Yeah.
We have...
But all the ones that were
we have them in all different stages.
In between that...
and so
I was working on my son's quilt.
Oh, yeah.
And now, I have shown this before, but the finished blocks are going to look like this. I have some of them in the next, in the stage right before that, and then you cut it here, you switch it around, put it back together. So, I have the others ready to sew into the final 2 seams. Now those I'm not chain piecing. I'm just taking the thing and sewing the final 2 seams and setting it across because it's just less complicated. But I stopped doing that so I could sew
those Christmas bags.
No. Pillowcases.
Pillowcases. Oh yeah.
So I picked that up so I could do pillowcases, and I did like 1 or 2 more, and then I said, you know what, I need to make those Christmas bags. So I did those, and in between all of that, I was running around. Beth had a doctor's appointment, that kind of thing. I was going to go to the grocery store on Thursday, and I realized that Thursday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I said, I do not want to go to the grocery store in the afternoon the week before Thanksgiving. No. So I got up early on Friday and went at 6 a.m., which was much, much better for me. So I did start on this, as you recall, Thankful.
Oh, yeah. Cute.
And I am having interesting problems with it. Have nothing to do with
the color
of the fabric.
Because remember, I predicted last week.
Well,
that she would say it's too close. And I can't
yeah,
see
no,
it.
I'm not having any problems like that. One of the problems is, this is Classic Colorworks, which, oops, I'm showing you the blank side. This is Classic Colorworks, and every dye lot is different, right? So you look at the picture and you can see the difference between, say, the caramel and the queen bee. The caramel is the brownish color and the queen bee is the yellowish color, right? In the picture, they look like different colors. When I started, the caramel is the cornstalk, and when I started to put the queen bee on, I was like, that's the same color.
Oh, no.
And there was no differentiation at all. And so I just found a different yellow. It's also that one's no, it's not Classic Colorworks. It's Gentle Arts.
Oh.
And I just used that one. And then I had ordered the orange from Fat Quarter Shop when I bought the pattern. I just said, I don't have that. I'm just going to order it. So it came in, and I filled in some orange. So other than a couple of stitches, I only have white left to do. Just the cup, and there's supposed to be white stitches up here. Now that's the only thing where I'm like, that I'm not going to back stitch around these little thingies, and they don't show up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to use like maybe that original queen bee yellow. I don't know, but some other color up here for the tops of the corn.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to matter whether it's white or not. And I can see it in person, but just barely. And I'm going to backstitch around a couple of things. I backstitched around the face. One of the issues I was having was with the Classic Colorwork Caramel and the Classic Colorwork Perfect Pie Crust. The caramel was used for the hair and the pie crust for the face. And I started stitching in the face, and I'm like, there's no hair. It's all the same. It looked like exactly the same color. Now it's not. When you have the hanks in your hand, you can tell the difference. But with the stitching, they look like the same color because the caramel goes from relatively dark to pretty light, and like you can see here how light it is.
Yeah.
And I think I had the same lightness up by the face. So I took it out and I used the DMC color that they had in the pattern because I knew that was going to all be the same color.
Yeah.
And it worked out pretty good. But I'm going to go in between because the white and the Perfect Pie Crust are very close to the same color. So I'm just going to run a line of brown or something in between them so you can see the difference between the hands and whatever's around them. But, and I'll probably end up having to go around the cup. But pretty much I just have white left to do. And I'm real happy. Now, it's anybody's guess as to whether or not I'll finish this before Thanksgiving. I realize that there's still 5 days, but definitely
it feels like it's like tomorrow.
I know. I'm definitely not gonna fully finish it by then, but I'm happy with the progress on this, and I'll probably continue working on it this week because I like it. I feel about this like I felt about Peep, and I just wanted to just keep working on it, So, and Peep I fully finished like right away after I finished it. And then I worked also on, I have thread everywhere, so forgive me. But on the...
This is much better.
And To All a Good Night by... Both of these are Stitching with the Housewives. And the thankful I did on Yorkshire Gray from Hobby Lobby. This, I'm spilling things.
Spilling beads.
Yeah, I spilled some beads off my.
Yeah, I have some
Okay.
snowflake charms.
So I've been working on this, and I'm filling in the green. It's a different green. So I did it up here, and you know I could show. I'll hopefully I'll remember to take a picture. And the green, it's down here in this tree, and I think it's also in one more tree over here, that darker green. I like the darker green a lot better than the lighter green contrast with the fabric and with everything. I don't know. I like it better. But I talked about last week, perhaps that's why it fell apart. The magnet.
Oh.
Took it off the.
Oh, it took your beads with it? Oh, how funny.
So I talked about adding maybe some Krynic or something to the snow areas, and about how much I like
Oh, yeah, sparkle.
sparkle. And I forgot to get this out. I have the back completely done. This is a DMC turtle because their names are so imaginative. And
Turtle.
it's a turtle. I finished the shell and I started working on the body, but then I got distracted by other things. But when I take a picture, you'll see that it's very, very sparkly with Krynic in it. And I'm thinking, so I bought the sparkle stuff, and I'm still deciding if I want to put it in and when and where, exactly. So I bought it so I could have it if I want to use it.
That's really pretty. Can I see that? I haven't seen your progress lately.
And then I'm working on
Oh, wow.
a scissor fob with some beads I bought this week, and they have little reindeer on them, and others have ornaments and trees.
Sorry,
Okay.
that's pretty.
Beautiful beads. I'm sorry, I want to keep that magnet away from my beads because I had 3 beads and some other things on here, and the magnet grabbed it and pulled them off. And on this one, it's going to have this real cute little reindeer charm. And I also bought this beautiful. I bought some other beads, but they're just beads. Charm. Beth and I were talking about it. Beth and I were talking about it, thinking
Sorry.
that would make a really good needle minder.
That's pretty.
It's like an old-fashioned.
Yeah,
Now
I like
the
that.
scissor fobs I made like a couple weeks ago, I never actually put them on the Etsy site. I just completely forgot. I have so many things going on that it just completely went out of my head. Man, that magnet did a number on my my stuff.
That's cute.
Does it look good?
So, yeah, I like it. So I was gonna.
Peppermints. More peppermints.
That's it. Because I like them, but they're the wrong color of red.
No, it's okay. It doesn't have to match. It has to go.
So that's what I'm working on right now. And I guess I'm going to have to redo work I did because I got a magnet near it.
Oh my gosh.
Now, the other charm, because I'm going to make 2 from these beads, I'm putting reindeer beads on this one.
What's that? That's cute. That is so cute. So if they're scissor fobs, will they break though?
What?
They shouldn't, huh?
What?
Like if these are scissor fobs. Oh, these are plastic. Those are so cute. Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
Well, Beth had that charm from somewhere, And we were looking all over Hobby Lobby
we'll put a picture of this. It's beautiful. That is so neat.
We were
love
looking
it.
all over Hobby Lobby for a reindeer charm to go with these beads, because she bought the same beads.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking through the Christmas charms that we had this morning, and I found a lot of, I found some reindeer and stuff, and I said, oh, I didn't know we had this reindeer. So
That is really, I love
I'm
that.
using this reindeer. And then on the other
love
one,
it.
I think I'm going to put a reindeer with a Santa Claus. I don't know. I haven't decided. But that's what I've been doing.
The other thing I did, so shall we, before we tell stories, shall we draw for the bag?
Yeah, let's do
All
that.
right, let's draw for the bag. So last week we asked everyone anybody who was interested in the bag to comment about Thanksgiving.
Thank you for the comments. It was wonderful reading some
either
of
their thoughts on it or their experiences or anything about it, about
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. And we got some great responses. And we're going to draw for this bag. It's got cute little, I didn't see those before.
What?
This one has a little pine
I don't think they
cone.
were. I don't think we had.
I
them
hadn't
last
put them
week.
on there yet.
And then
Yeah.
this one has a leaf pattern,
Yeah.
a little leaf charm. So cute.
So I have. I'm using this decision roulette thing,
And we got our,
and I have the names in here,
uh-huh.
and so I'm going to spin. Well, I am. There it goes. There's spinning, spinning and spinning, and it goes to. Looks like Lazy Linda.
Lazy Linda.
Lazy Linda Crocheter.
Yay! Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that goes to a good home. We've heard from you many times.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this will fit all your crochet things. And actually, look at that. A hook will fit perfectly in here too. Look at that. Nice. You can put your hooks in there. Beautiful. Congratulations. We'll be
Yeah.
sending that out to you.
We do need you to email us with your address.
Mailing address.
Our
Just
email
to make sure
is
we have
in the
it.
description. Don't forget it's sister without the S. 3 Sister Creative. Just the email. It's in there. You can just click right on it. So congrats.
Thank you.
So speaking of Thanksgiving, it's my lovely job because I did it one time and now I have to do it every time. I have to cook the turkey. Somehow
Better you than
nobody
me.
else wants to inside and wrestle, and so
I don't want to be sending a turkey out the window.
I'm the official turkey maker.
I love that commercial.
Yeah. But because of, I don't know what circumstances, all different kinds of circumstances, I didn't get a turkey right away. And you know how you this part of your brain thinks Thanksgiving's coming, and this part of your brain thinks I got time. And so the two parts of my brain were not talking to each other. The one that knows okay, yeah, Thanksgiving is in 2 weeks, or it's in and all of a sudden, supply chain problems. There were no turkeys in the stores. And so because we have a lot of people and we all like lots of leftovers, we always buy a big turkey. We always buy a 20-pound. And it never feels like it's enough turkey.
Let me just say that when we say we like a lot of leftovers, by the time we've divvied up the leftovers, we have enough for maybe a snack sandwich for each person.
Yeah, because everybody wants some, which is great. And I'm happy to divide it up, but it's just it doesn't ever go far enough.
And we've thought about making more than one. We've thought about making a full turkey.
We've thought about,
Well, I could make a
More
turkey
than
breast
one.
here, but it's not the same.
Should I add more
the same as you
peppermint?
doing it.
Should I
Yes.
put a peppermint instead of
Yeah,
these
you
beads?
you say that, but then we're making
Instead
all
of
the.
this second hat, put one of these peppermints instead of the second hat.
Okay.
So
we agree
Yeah.
that we'll do the.
yeah, so what's nice, everybody else does all the sides, and I only have to focus on the turkey. But I don't know who gets the better deal, honestly. But anyway, so I went to look for a turkey, and I went to the Fry's. We go to Fry's, which is a Kroger store, And that's where I go. And the fries near my house only had 13-pound turkeys, little ones. And then I went to the fries over here by their house, also same situation.
Yeah.
And
I walked by that thing when
empty.
I went, and I'm like,
And the
I've
guy
never
says-
seen one of their bins so empty.
And I don't know where it was. I think it was in Awatuki here by you guys. I went up to the butcher guy. It was either there or by my house. And I said, "Are you getting any more turkeys in?" And he's like, "Yeah, Friday morning." And I thought, "Oh, okay." And I thought, Friday?
I thought you said Saturday morning.
No, he said Friday morning. But I was like, if I wait till Friday, ooh, because this was Wednesday when I decided to go out shopping.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, and I knew there was another fries up by my sister-in-law's house, by Rachel's house. So I decided to go up there, and on the way there, I was messaging them on my travels, and I was like, I can't find one. And I'm like, I'm going to have to maybe try a different chain store. Because Rachel's like, have you tried Bashas, you doofus? And I'm like, no, I haven't, but if I don't have any, I don't know. You know how it is? Like, you walk into another grocery store, and it's like you're in a different country. And you don't understand the
I
language.
can't find my way around.
I was watching the George C. Scott Christmas Carol. I've never watched it before, but I was watching it yesterday. And there's a scene where Scrooge decides, oh, I love Christmas after all. And so he sends the boy to the poultry shop and to get the turkey.
Yeah.
So the kid brings back, the guy from the shop and this big turkey, and it's like his feathers and his feet, and I'm like, and then they deliver it to Bob Cratchit, and I think, so Mrs. Cratchit has to pluck all those feathers out and chop all his legs off, and it was like
for dinner that day.
that day, yeah, I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, we're gonna eat
Written
it
by Charles Dickens.
Yeah, we're gonna eat
Yeah,
at 10 o'clock.
It's the thought that counts. But yeah, so but I was like, gosh, if I wait till Friday. So anyway, I went up to the fries up by where Rachel lives, because I thought I'll just visit every store, and then I'll go if they don't have one, then I'll go to Bashas'.
Fortunately, there's a lot.
But
of
I'm like, and maybe I'll
fries in
try
our area.
Albertsons. But I am not walking into Safeway. When I walk into a Safeway, I feel like, and I'm not trying to offend anyone who shops at Safeway, but that's your country and your language. It is not my language. I don't know anything. I don't know the house brands, and I don't know where anything is. But even like there's certain fries stores, Kroger stores, that are organized differently. I took Eli to a store up in Phoenix where he usually shops. He and I went there, and I'm like, it was a Fry's, and I'd been in it before, but everything was configured differently. It was like the old version of how they used to be set up, and I'm like, I don't know where anything is.
Have you been in the new one up there?
Oh, downtown? No,
I want to go to that one.
Yeah, there's
It's
one
not
they
my
built.
story.
They built one in the actual downtown, like right by like.
It's in the
corner
main area
Yeah,
downtown.
downtown, like it's like a city store, like in Boston. That's how like Target in Boston is 3 floors.
Yeah.
And you put your cart on a little escalator, and the cart goes up the escalator while you go up the cart escalator while you go up.
Yeah,
the
in
people
Belgium
escalator.
there was.
Yeah, I haven't been to that one.
The
but
McDonald's had 2 floors.
I don't want to go there because there's nowhere to park. It
The
is a
McDonald's
mess downtown right now.
The McDonald's by my
It's always a mess downtown.
Well, I
by my
know.
house was a 2-story one.
It's especially a mess right now. We're going to the symphony tonight, so I have to go fight that traffic.
Why is it especially a mess right now?
Because of the
Because
construction.
they've closed so
To
many
get ready
roads.
To get ready for the holiday?
No, because the light rail is deviating somehow. There's because nobody on watching this cares, but there's that parking garage, like where I always parked. It's right on 7th Street in between Jefferson and Washington.
Yeah.
There's a little side street right there. That is now having a light rail put in. So the one on Jefferson, the light rail used to go like this, and the one on Washington used to go that way, right? But now, somehow, for some reason, there's a light rail path, little rail, coming down that little street and joining the one on Jefferson. I have no idea why or how or what that's going to do, but so things like that. It's all a mess. It's all a mess. Anyway, because when I left the symphony last weekend, I thought I would go that way to get to Jefferson, and I had to go all around Robin Hood's barn, and it was a big mess. But I drove by that Fancy Fries, and I was like, ooh, I want to go there. But so I try to avoid other grocery stores because I don't speak the language, and I don't, and it has nothing to do with the actual language. It's just like, you're like, I don't know what bread looks like here.
You don't have their app to get their coupons.
Yeah, So I just stick to what I know. But I was able.
How about that?
Yeah, I like that. That's good. I was able to find a turkey. 20 pounds. There were 3 20-pound turkeys at that Fry's, and I bought the biggest one. And so it is sitting in my fridge, and I pray over it daily. I think, please thaw, and I poke its little belly. Are you thawed yet? Because I'm really worried. But I have been known to thaw a turkey in the sink, like everybody else in America. And, even when you think it's thawed, you get in there, there's still big old chunks of ice. You're like, are you serious? Can't I just put it out in the sun? So but it's a heavy responsibility because if I mess up, everyone gets sick and throws up. So I have to be very careful. But
you could do like Dad used to do to debone them.
Oh man,
well,
it has to be really fun.
I don't know about your fries. I had decided to make that truffle. You remember the one with the fruit and all that? That I just truffle.
Trifle.
I was like, truffle? That's not regular. And I've gone back twice, and they have no angel food cake.
You got to make one.
No. So
like the
I just was talking it over with Beth
talking
today.
about praying over food.
I was like,
You have
well,
to pray over it.
I could make something else, because I was looking at some videos and stuff, and I was like, well, you know what? I could make that toffee crunch stuff. That's pretty easy. I could do that. I'm like, but that's candy, and I don't want to make candy. I want to make a dessert, And
just make a pie like everyone else.
I'm going to make pies.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm just not going to take them to your house. We're going to eat them here.
Don't worry, I'm bringing
but-
a cheesecake.
Okay.
But I thought, you know what? I think I'll just see if I can find a pound cake. That'll work.
Yeah, that'll work just fine. Say
And we'd
no.
love to hear about your issues trying to find stuff for
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because, you want to get the same stuff you always get, and you're like having to, what? I can't get, it took me, they have completely rearranged our fries. And I like the rearrangement. I like
They did
it.
ours too.
Okay?
It's all
Except trying to find the normal stuff for Thanksgiving. Normally they would have these big things of all the stuff that you would need, all the baking stuff in one area, all the other stuff. It took me forever to find stuff. I found the Mrs. Cubbinsons. We like Mrs. Cubbinson's stuffing. We've tried other stuffings. We've tried, recipes to make it, that's the one we like. Well, that's the one that the kids will eat.
My kids will eat anything.
And so, we like Mrs. Covington's. I didn't find the one I wanted. There's a couple of different kinds. But I found Mrs. Covington's. I got just the original one. Took me forever to find the chicken broth.
Oh, I have tons of chicken broth.
That's all right about some. And then, just things like that. I have this list of things I needed to buy, and I'm like, why isn't it here in the Thanksgiving area?
Is it messing with you?
It's not.
Yeah, they rearranged everything. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
Oh.
But I have the turkey, and I gotta work on it. And mostly I have to clean my craft room. Because my aunt's coming on Wednesday.
Yeah, she called me. She's excited about coming.
I'm glad she's coming. But I'm going to be a week without my craft room. I'm going to have to figure something out. After the actual Thanksgiving, I may have to just open that box up and start working on things. Because I can't go a week without.
Put her in front of your TV in the other room, and then she can do it. You can do it.
Yeah. And so we're going to try to go
I thought I would
Zoo
have
Lights
her
while
over
she's
here a couple of times. So
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to try to go to Zoo Lights while she's here. Which will
How
be
about that?
fun.
Zoo Lights
Very
here.
nice. That's cute.
I like it. I can't stick this on.
Zoo lights. So our zoo does a whole light display and with music and a different. It's really neat.
They did it last year, but they did it differently.
They did a drive-through last year, but this year they have a couple nights where you can still drive through, but now you can walk through. It's always traditionally been walk through. My son already went to it because they had a low sensory night, which I thought was cool. For the autistic community, it was like not a lot of flashing lights, not a lot of people. I think it was like kind of almost private because I looked on their website and it said nothing about it. So I think they just let different people, different groups know about it. So he got to go. That was fun for him. And so we're thinking about going and doing that while she's here. And I don't know, just gonna hang out and do family stuff, but she's gonna be here a week, so we gotta.
Yeah, she's like, I guess I shouldn't stay a week, And I said, Mary Lou, it's fine.
Yeah,
we're planning.
Totally fine.
Yeah, she's my mom's sister, and she was very, very close to my mom, and so this year has been really tough on her.
Yeah,
and so
there's only 3 sisters. There's only 2 sisters left,
and their brother.
And the brother, out of 11 kids. So, it's important to keep her close
and it's not that we're like leaving the other aunt out or anything.
Her kids
has
are
family.
Coming. Her kids are coming.
Yeah, she has other family.
But
this aunt, we're basically her family.
Yeah. So I want to actually one of the things I talked to her about was sitting down with her and having her, and maybe just recording it, having her tell me family stories because she's the last one that actually remembers well, and she's on the youngest side of the
she is
the
kids. Second youngest, yeah.
But but she everybody she kind of keeps the lore, so I'm gonna talk to her about that while she's here and everything, and then so I'm not looking forward to wrestling turkeys. I'll tell you how it goes.
She always does an excellent job.
There's some commercial that shows some woman trying to lift a turkey up out of her sink, and it's like it's so huge you can't pick it up.
I know.
It's like,
that's the one where it goes out. Isn't that the one?
That's where it goes out the window. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it goes out the kitchen window. Yeah, I've never had any disaster. The only worst is okay. So let's talk about Thanksgiving disasters. There was the SpongeBob potatoes.
Yes.
Was that at Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that was Thanksgiving. Beth was visiting.
I wasn't there.
No,
so.
and I don't know why.
I think I was in Belgium.
No. It was here when I was in Phoenix.
It was here in Phoenix.
Was it?
But,
was it Christmas time or New Year's?
She must have been here for New Year's.
It was a New Year's. Maybe it was a New Year's dinner.
I think so. Yeah, maybe.
Anyway,
I wasn't there.
I was the kids were little, and so I was cutting corners. Okay. And I was making mashed potatoes from boxed mashed potatoes, which actually I kind of dig.
I like instant mashed potatoes
because they're just But was it me or was it you?
It was me. It was me.
You?
Because it has the instructions on the side. And you were telling me, tell me what it says on the side, to put in. So there are different recipes for different amounts. So like if you're making so many cups,
so many servings,
so many cups, yeah. So I was looking at
the chart.
Yeah, at the chart, and I guess misread how much salt, based on more servings than we were actually making. Yeah. So I was looking at the wrong chart.
She told me too much salt.
Yeah.
And so I did it, and they were way too salty. So then we were like, well, maybe we can add potatoes. And we were trying to figure out how to fix it. And we never fixed it. We called them SpongeBob potatoes because we're like, like the ocean, so salty.
Yeah, very salty.
And then there was a time when I sloshed the pumpkin pies into my hot oven.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
I put mine on a baking tray before I put them in the oven.
Yeah.
I don't even try to put them in without a baking tray underneath them.
Yeah.
Because I carry them on the baking tray. If some of it spills, it's on a baking tray.
Yeah. But I was slosh. And it.
Oh, I was gonna say, what I was taking to the favorite things.
Oh yeah, favorite thing.
I have for some time, because of her sister-in-law, my sister, Rachel. I have been using Color Street nails. My nails are very, they break very, very, very easily, and they're actually decently long right now because of the Color Street. It kind of is it's protecting them a little bit, but it's also my taking better care of them because I want to put the Color Street on. So I'll take a picture, but I have little turkeys on my fingers, and so at the favorite things, I want to take some Color Street, but I have to stand up and explain how to use them, and I don't know if I can do that.
It's pretty
easy. I thought about leaving one finger undone and just doing it, showing people how easy it is.
I got mine on too.
We're supposed to. We're supposed.
What do you have?
I just got them from Rachel today. It's a Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's pretty.
Fallish.
Yeah, I saw those.
One.
See the little turkey feathers.
Mine's like leaves and fall stuff.
Yeah.
And I like this one, and I thought, I'm going to the symphony tonight. It'll look nice too. So I've got to wear something that'll coordinate. This will coordinate with the shirt.
So we're supposed to wear. It's supposed to be a pajama party for this.
It is?
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, where did you see that? Did they send you an
They-
email?
they talked about
They
it.
talked about it, and it's in the email.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
But it's supposed to be a pajama thing, and I'm like, I don't have any good.
So I can come in a big shirt and my underwear?
Yeah. That's what I sleep
Just
in.
kidding. No.
I haven't worn the
Just wear a pair
flamingo
of
stuff.
sweats.
I haven't worn the
What?
flamingo stuff
Yeah.
that
that's
Rachel gave
cool.
me, so I'm gonna wear those.
I have red pajamas that I wore to pajama day once when I worked at a school, and I was so hot that day. I was
I have some
miserable.
great, those red Christmas
I
pajama
did not
pants.
know they were pajama
But they're
party.
full of, I've worn them so much, they're like, full of holes and, So if I were to wear pajamas,
Rachel will be
I would
happy.
have to,
She's watching
I would
this
have
right
to
now,
go.
going, "She's got this beat because that girl collects pajamas. She's got tons of pajamas." She was showing me the other day. She's got lots of pajamas.
I was gonna say if I was gonna wear pajamas
So
for
Rachel,
this party,
you're in luck.
I had
It's
to
a
go
pajama
buy
party.
some.
I have tons of pajamas. I don't need any more pajamas, but I like the flamingo set. I just haven't wanted to wear it because it's been too hot.
I have a nice set I bought. The best, but I don't do the best, but I really like this set that I bought at Penny's. It was a shirt and shorts and 3/4 length pants. So it was they all like the shirt's just solid and the shorts are stripes and the 3/4 pants are polka dots. So they all coordinate. So it just depends on what mood I'm in or how hot it is. So that's nice.
They're your Nomi ones.
There's a fly in your house.
I know. It just was.
My Nomi pajamas, they're too old. The pants wore out on those. I love those pajamas. I've never been able to find any more.
I saw
Like
a night shirt with Nomis on it at Walmart.
I ain't wearing a nightshirt to church though.
No, I'm just saying I saw one.
So, well, I'm glad you told me that because I would have shown up like a doofus in clothes.
Well, I don't have any pajamas to wear in public, so I don't know what I'm gonna.
just wear
Those
wear
red
a pair
pants
of
that you wear
sweatpants.
all the time, they're not new. but
They
they're
they have holes in
Do
them.
they?
And, they're.
I if mine are the
pretty
same
worn out.
size, you can wear mine. I never wear mine.
1, 2. Oh, that
Anyway.
fly is bugging me.
Okay.
3,
So
4, 5.
was that all the stories?
I can't think of any else. Oh, no. I always try to think back. Did I ever say, that's going in the blog this week? And I did. Okay. So this is funny. Beth and I are in the Mesa Community College
Oh.
orchestra. We play bassoon. I play first bassoon. She plays second bassoon. And we're playing Bartok Romanian dances. And if anybody knows those, you can go look them up. And it's not super hard. But one movement, we're exposed. It's us and the cellos. So we all play. It's like a lower voiced instrument. and it's us and the cellos, and so anyway, we play. Our instruments sound low like cellos. So in this particular movement, in this particular part, it's us and the cellos. And that night, that night it was we were very exposed because there were only 2 cellos there because of different reasons. So, and it's awkward. The part is awkward in the hands. It's just and it's very fast. And everybody, all the other movements got to play slow. I don't know why we didn't get to play slow.
Yeah.
And we have a concert in 2 weeks, right? So we're like, and I, the first time we went through it, I just fell on my face. Like, it was bad.
Yeah.
And the second time we went through it, it was a little better, but still not great.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where I haven't practiced it enough, and I haven't, worked it out enough, and it's like literally 2 seconds of music, right? So, anyway, it was not great. And, okay, keep that in mind. But preface it to say, this piece has 7 movements, which is, 7 little pieces. And the first 4 we don't play in. The bassoons don't play at all. It's just, we're called tacit. And we just wait. And the other instruments play those movements. And then the 5th, 6th, and 7th movements, the bassoons play. And so, because of that, our director was trying to work backwards in the piece so that fewer and fewer people could, he wanted to play with the most people first. So the whole rehearsal was that way because other instruments play on. And so he played those first, and then people left, and we played the next piece, and people left, and then we did this piece. And so he wanted to do it backwards because he knew we didn't play the first 4 movements, so he didn't want us just sitting there, right? So he did the last movement, did the movement before, and then he came to this movement, this 5th movement. And then they were going to go on and rehearse the ones we didn't play in, right? So we play through, and it's bad. And then he says, bassoons, is that all you've got? Now, I was feeling very guilty because I had just blown it. I knew I needed to work on it. I knew it wasn't good enough for the concert. And so that is my mindset. And I said, no, I'm sorry. It will be better next time. And he looked at me and he goes, I meant, is that the only movements you play on? And the whole orchestra was laughing hysterically. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's all we play on.
Hello, not the celebrate.
He goes, I had my friendly hat on, not my maestro hat on. So bassoons, you can go home and practice. He says,
oh, you didn't say that?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't hear him say that.
I was just like, oh no. Is that all you've got? I thought he was like, is that all you can give me? Like, come on. Because if that's all you got, I'll, I guess I'll have to make do. We will have to make do. If that's all you can do, if that's the best you can do, that's what I thought he was asking. So, anyway, because that's how I felt. Like, oh, that was not my best. So, anyway. But, well, we better go so I can go check on my thawed turkey and I can practice. Yeah, our concert's right after Thanksgiving on the 30th. Yeah. So I do have to go practice. And I'm gonna go check my turkey. Is it thawed?
And this, I used to play in the symphony. I've played this Bartok piece several times. And it's all, that movement's always difficult. But since I had the stroke, it's that much harder just because my right hand doesn't work as well. And I'm not playing regularly, every week like I used to and stuff like that. And then, like, it's just a brain thing.
It's like a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Is what you would think of it.
This music, yeah. The way it's written. And so all of those things compounded. I was like, yeah, oops, sorry.
2, 3.
Yeah.
4.
So.
And I don't have any excuse like that, but it was just.
You didn't have brain surgery. What's your excuse?
No, I know. It's just a tongue twister. It really is.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
That's the only way to describe it. A finger twister. and a brain twister for several reasons, but not the least of which. So I don't know how many of you know music, but bassoons read music in two different clefs, in something called, mostly in bass clef, and then we read in something called tenor clef, and they use that so that they don't have to write for notes that are higher. They don't have to write as many ledger lines, or it's not awkwardly written, so it kind of keeps the music more in the staff. And in this particular piece, the first time we play it, it's in tenor clef, and it starts on the top space of the staff. And the second time we play it, it's in bass clef, but it starts on the top staff of the.
It looks exactly the same
space of the staff. So it looks exactly the same, except for the skull and crossbones on the base, except for the little bass clef right there. And because it's like tenor, 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 and then there's a little bass clef right before that part. Mm-hmm. So you have to really, and so the first, but even though I have it circled and I know it,
and I know it changes clef and everything else, and I even have the note name written on there.
I had to write the name of the note and everything. It's like it's so stupid, but it's just one of those brain farts that you just have.
Yeah, your brain tells you that's not a G. That's a D.
Speaking of brain farts, I have another story, and it's not appropriate, but I'm going to tell it anyway.
Does it have the word fart in it?
I could tell it without the word if you want.
Oh, I'm sorry, Beth.
I was coaching a student ensemble.
That's why I have it kind of nodded.
Is this your beads there?
I was coaching a student ensemble. And I won't even name the organization. But one of the children was having a problem. And I walked behind them and I was like... That's interesting. I'm going to walk on the other side now. I'm going to come over here. I was like, kind of like, how awkward. What do you do?
There was a guy in the symphony who people had complained about the way he smelled. So I don't know if it was a hygiene issue or whatever. Oh. But it was like, we're all adults. And so you would think that wouldn't happen.
Issue,
but
Anyway, on that happy note, we better go. But I just wanted to say a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And we hope you guys have a great week.
Yeah, because it'll be this coming Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to put this out Sunday, and it'll be the following Thursday. By the time you see us again, we'll be in full-on Christmas season.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which has its pluses and minuses for me. But anyway, we're so glad. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations, Linda.
Oh, that's adorable.
Really cute.
Those are really cute. And look, my this is coming out much better. Not quite as holy. You can see through it, but not quite as bad as this one's. Very, very. Look at the difference. I don't know if you can see the difference on camera, but so this smaller hook is ideal. This is where I got the pattern from. Learn to crochet. But it's just a simple circle, and I know how to do it, but I forget, and so I had to go refer. This is a good book though. If you want to learn to crochet, this is a really good. It's full of little kids, but it has some really good basic patterns in it. It's a good book. All right.
I think that's it. We did our giveaway. We did our
giveaway. We did everything. We did everything.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week. Please like,
bye.
subscribe, turn on your notifications. Bye.